Well, I've missed 2 events because this thing's not running right. Welcome to VTEC Academy. You're about to get schooled. All right, so back on the drag car here, and it's not running right since we did this engine swap. Now, we did 2 things actually. The main reason we changed everything out is we wanted a different transmission in here. We wanted something that did not have a clutch style transmission. We wanted something that had a torsion style differential. The clutch style is dangerous. If you have a car and you break an axle, that one wheel is going to keep driving you if a clutch style, and that's not going to work out so well. I don't want to get steered into the wall or into my opponent. So we put the torsion style one. At the same time, I had this J37 I'd pulled out of the salvage yard. Although it wasn't really meant for this car, we decided to go ahead and throw that in there since we had it. Well, mistake. I overlooked a few things that needed to be changed in order to get it running properly. We changed them once it was in the car, and it never really has run properly since then. So we're going back to the original plan, which was put the J35 in. And honestly, I think that's a better decision. We do plan on boosting the motor, obviously, and I would like to make more boosts. So this particular J37, it's different. It has aluminum cylinder sleeves, and those aren't really that strong. At least if I up the boost, I don't want to be breaking a cylinder wall. So the J35, it has steel or iron cylinder walls, and that's going to be a little bit stronger for us. That's going to work better for us. So we're going to put the J35, which we had taken out of the TSX, and we will now put that in here, and that setup was running properly, so it should run just fine. Now, we modified the heck out of this harness in order to get to work with the J37, so we're building an all-new harness for it. Brian's in there working on, slaving away on that right now, and once we get that done, we're going to go ahead and drop this motor out, put the transmission onto the J35, and stick it back in there and see if everything is working hunky-dory like it was before. Hopefully it all works out okay, everything works as needed, and we can get this thing back out on the drag strip and try to break into the 9s. That's the goal. We know it'll do a low 10. It did like a 10.6, just basically second time down the strip, or third time down the strip. So I'm pretty sure it'll get low 10s, possibly even high 9, and we want to do that. So we're going to work hard on trying to get that done this week while Aaron's here to video. I don't know if you recall, when we ran it last time, it ran really well. The engine we had in it was the one that is in the TSX now. It's actually a J32, which was built for road racing. That engine was always meant to go in the TSX, so that's why we took it out. It had some aftermarket cams on it, and but it was only a 3.2 liter, not a 3.5 liter, but it ran primo. Anyway, that is in there. Kind of curious to see what it could do all motor, and was not meant to be in this car. So we're going to get the right engine in this car. Typically you get more power from more displacement. Going from 3.2 to 3.5 isn't a really big jump. It's kind of a small jump. It's like going from a 16 liter to a 1.6 liter to 1.6.5 liter, just twice. So it's not a huge upgrade, but nevertheless it is more displacement. So, and as we add more boost, hopefully we'll get more horsepower out of it at that point. But the big thing about the 3.5 is they're cheap. They're dirt cheap. You can buy them, you know, for 450 bucks. You know, we pull these out of the salvage yard all the time. And this engine ran really well. I mean, that car in the TSX was fast. So I anticipate this to be just as fast. This is the 3.5 that we're putting in is basically a TL Type S motor from like a 2007, 2008 engine, and it should be just fine. I forget what it makes, 265, 275, something around there. Although the J37 makes 300. I still anticipate it to be right at the 400 horsepower we had with the 3.2, and it should be fine as we jack the boost up. Originally I was thinking that we might have been limited by the size of the throttle body, but I don't really think that's a problem. I think it actually has to do with the size of the pulley. I think the pulley is a little bit on the large side. So basically having a new pulley made for it that's smaller. Not sure how we're going to do that, but we need to do that. Having a new pulley made that's smaller, I think that's going to allow us to spin this a little bit faster. May not be in its ideal operating range, but we should get more horsepower. I mean, it's a blower, and the faster you spin it, the more it blows. So we should be able to get more power out of it that way. And this engine, again, was meant to be my all-motor in my CRX. Let's look up the J37 first of all. It's a die-cast aluminum block with aluminum cylinder liners. Okay, that's one of the reasons. Yeah, it says here the engine weighs less than the J35Z engines. The intake manifold is also cast magnesium. So the manifold actually uses a really big throttle body, which is kind of cool. 2007, 2013, this is like a 2011 or 12 Acura MDX engine. According to this, it makes 300 horsepower and 275 foot-pounds of torque. So that should motivate my CRX rather nicely. Now let's take a look at the J35s now. So J35 out of the Acura. By the way, the J35s are kind of funny. You want to be careful with those. A lot of them have the variable cylinder management, which is a crappy system. It's not very high performance, so we try to avoid those engines. Okay, so interesting enough, I was at the salvage yard. I'm actually looking for a J35Z3, which is the one that comes in the Accord Coupe. It does not have variable cylinder management, and those make 268 horsepower, 254 foot-pounds of torque. Let's see if we can find this one here. Okay, so this is a J35A8 we're going to be putting in the car. That came in the Acura RL, Acura Legend in Japan, I believe, and the TL Type S. That's what this motor is. 286 horsepower with 256 foot-pounds of torque. So the 286 is a good start. It's only 14 horsepower less than this right here. So should make our 400 horsepower pretty easily. The J32, we never dynoed it without the supercharger. Oh, okay. With the supercharger, it made 400 horsepower. So I am curious to get it on the dyno. Right now, I don't know if you saw the little teaser video I made. For some reason, the throttle's not working on it. Oh. So we need to troubleshoot that and see why that's not working. That way we can get it on the dyno and get it out the track. But right now, for whatever reason, the throttle pedal is not talking to the computer, or the throttle actuator is not talking to the computer. One of them is not working. Let's go see what Brian's up to.
This is some sort of J series harness. Not sure the year. Basically the same harness that we had in the drag car, but coil packs and injector plugs were different, so we just started over with a different harness we had that was destined for the yellow CRX, but now it's getting repurposed for the drag car, so we'll figure that out later. I'm sure we have more than one harness laying around. Yeah, just cleaning it up, get rid of the stuff that we don't need, emissions controls, secondary O2 sensors, all that stuff. Oh, and it was automatic, so we had to convert it to manual with the counter shaft, speed sensor, reverse lockout. Just need to extend the map sensor and the intake air temperature sensor, get it loomed up, and we should be good to go. Get the engine pulled out of the car, swap back to a 3.5 liter. Why the 3.7 didn't work out, we do not know.
A lot of people were mad about us putting a 3.7 in there anyway. They're like, that's a horrible engine.
Real?
Yeah.
Well, I guess that particular one was a horrible engine because it didn't run worth a shit. So, I also have no idea what I'm doing on a J series. I'm learning as I go. It's held together with 10mm bolts. How hard can it be? You didn't leave my favorite ratchet out in the yard, did you?
No, of course not. What do you think I am?
I mean, it's bright green.
Savage. Okay, so this is our J35 that we pulled out of the TSX. That's now going back in the drag car, which I should have done to begin with. Musical cars, musical engines. The music has stopped.
Is the J for just kidding?
Yeah. Good point. All right, so anyway, we're going to throw this in the drag car and see if that doesn't help us out a little bit. We'll figure out what's wrong with the J37. But we have to put the supercharger on it. We've got to put a clutch on it. Got to put the transmission on it. I think we'll use the clutch off of that since it's got. I'll check. I have a new clutch, but let me see if we've got bolts for it.
Wasn't that one the single?
Single,
like,
yeah, it was.
Non-dual mass.
Right, which is what we should use. But I have a second one of those. So, but anyway. Yeah, so this is going to come apart. This is going to get the supercharger. This is going to go in. Unfortunately, we have to make the exhaust one more time because the outlets are different on this. Yeah, I know. He loves it.
No exhaust?
Is your welding getting better with all the practice?
No, just frustration level.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, should just take a few minutes to get that engine out. Should take, I don't know, an hour or so to switch everything over and another hour to get it back in. So I'm gonna go get the car.
Nothing. Oh yeah, we do need to change the injectors. Forgot about that.
Okey-doke. So,
Yeah. Clicking a cigarette.
Big nuts.
Up in here.
Go forward.
There she goes. Those are like 19s or something, Scott. Nice.
Until you can't. I'm looking for the special bolt that holds the steering link together. This little U-joint on the actual steering column. I think we misplaced it.
Oh, it doesn't have one on it?
No.
It did not.
All right, I'll get one.
So if he had broken axle, it probably would have like pulled so hard it would have just you wouldn't have even been able to counter steer it, possibly. You guys worry too much.
Alfred E. Newman over here.
Yeah.
But now I know that there's no bolts in there. I would never be able to drive it with that.
True. Me too. This is a spec clutch. It uses stock flywheel bolts. Bummer. But pretty nifty. A lightened flywheel. Aluminum. All right. We bought it from somebody who was no longer using it, so they got it from spec for a race car. And then turned out they didn't need it, so asked me if I wanted to buy it, and I said, why certainly. We're all torquey. Remember what the flywheel force back? 17 pounds, 11 pounds. Put it in the comments below. 19. That's funny.
Got it.
All right, we're going to call it an evening and go do other things.
Baby, why you make it hard?
Oh yeah, look at that. That's all rusty.
Wait, this is Arizona.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we didn't have to deal with this crap.
Yeah. Not on a daily basis, but I guess on a decades-long basis.
It's a bunch of fur to spur you to visit. Oh, it's a dry heat. Yeah, if you like 120 amp.
I think I may unbolt the whole steering wheel
Then yank it.
and pull it out. That way I can free up the shaft so that it can slide. It's supposed to telescope.
We can't post any videos of you eating your shaft.
Are you doing what?
That, by the way, is the YouTube agreement.
We'll get demonetized. See, it's that easy.
Yeah, that easy. One of the things we're going to do while we have this apart, and wish I'd have thought about it before, but we're going to change the rack. We want to go from a manual rack to a power steering rack. If you recall watching me in the car, you could see it was actually pretty violent the way the steering wheel was moving. So we're going to put a power steering rack in it so we can eventually hook up the power steering. That should make it a little bit easier to drive. Again, these are just measures to try to make it safer so that it's more people can drive it. I'm not going to be the only one driving this, and we want to be able to easily control the car. The fact that we're going to lose a few horsepower with power steering is not a big, huge, hairy deal. I mean, I think it's far more important to be safe than have maximum horsepower. If we lose some horsepower, we'll just turn up the boost. It'll be fine. We'll save this for another case swap. All right, let's put this one in.
And there's always got to be the balance.
See, I said I try. I didn't say I'm doing it right.
Oh man, that was like.
Don't ever stop in the middle of a hoedown.
That's what that. Slowly building pressure. Because cool. I don't see any leaks or anything.
Oh, I thought you said slowly.
Oh no no. I said it's coming up slowly. That's weird because putting my hand over the exhaust, there's like no air blowing out. It's probably going to take quite a while for bitchin' Camaro.
Well, it sounded better than the 3.7.
Yeah, no, that sounded good with this. Sorry, just standing right here.
Oh,
Oh. Later. Or falls off.
Okay, so it fired up. Good. It sounded a little lopey, but tough to tell with open exhaust. We're gonna have to make down tubes for our exhaust manifolds. This has a different bolt pattern than what we had before, so we can't use the other ones that we had. Those were for MDX. Those should go on the CRX maybe. Actually, we have custom stuff on the CRX. Well, we'll figure it out. I'm sorry, what did we do on the TSX? Did we make the custom stuff for that?
That's what I can't recall, is what we cut and what we, because I'm like, why didn't we just save those? If that was different, why'd we could have used these on this and that, and I don't really.
Okay.
The TSX we definitely did something on because that's
We must have made
the
something for the
tube we had
TSX.
to modify.
Oh, we did. I remember. We got the stuff from
Oh yeah, we made it
P2R, Power to Rev
from
Racing.
scratch.
And we made it from scratch. All right. So anyway, oh, that's right. It has dual exhaust. All right, anyway, back to the point. The point is we're going to have to make something to connect to our exhaust so that we can get that going. So what we'll do is just probably bolt it in place, and then we'll buy some appropriate size tubing and make some flanges and put it all together.
Yeah.
But anyway, you guys, good work as always. What else do we have? You're just going to button it all up?
Steering.
Huh?
Probably should hook the steering rack up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're probably going to have
Axles
to
are
align
in.
it as well.
It's already got fluids in it.
All right, cool. Well, we'll take it for a rip once we get the exhaust done. So that should be pretty fun.
The exhausting project.
It's been an exhausting project?
No,
Or that will
it's
be an
time
exhaust?
for it.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Yep, cool.
Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you feel mine. I don't know if this is really... Dude, I don't really know. Bastard, it got crooked. You can't see in there anyways. I'm losing my battery. And that goes right. Clip. Click. There's no way to get in here.
It's like it was made for this.
Yeah. That could just be
Grabbing that off, I smacked the core support, and you got this bitchin' wood blister, man.
At least your allergies are under control today.
Yes, yes, they are. Can actually breathe.
You were hating the whole state of Arizona yesterday.
It was not good. The kind of shop towels and Kleenex I went through.
I wanted to do a supercut of every nose blow. Just be all, brr, brr, put it at the end. What is Scott doing wrong? Put it in the comments below.
snap. Crackle pop.
Oh, I heard it. I heard it, man.
Let it flow. Let yourself go.
Still purpley.
Sound like it's in deep. Not an engine problem, unless that's how they do.
Oh,
Didn't change at all. I just disconnected those just to see.
3-cylinder.
3 cylinders again?
And it just, I'm like, that sounds weird. But it sounded V6 when it first started. What is it? I mean, that's hot already. Is it like an idle thing? That's what I don't understand.
So, that may not be accurate because we did the same thing on the other car
disconnected these again and it was idling fine.
But I swear, yesterday with that when it was loping, I mean that was an even firing.
Yeah,
Obviously.
uneven, right?
But I swear when it first started, it like and when it came down, then it was 3-cylinder.
No VCM on here? Just kidding.
I mean, is that something that these cars do at idle?
Do we know what the hell we're doing here?
All we did was add 2 more cylinders. What's going on?
Yeah, could possibly be wrong.
What's my fuel pressure?
It is like, what is it, every 20? So it's almost 60?
About 60.
Almost 60.
I want to pull it, but right there it's 6 cylinders. Now it's not.
So we sat in the car, idled it up. It was running code free, and weirdly, Scott was able to disconnect the front coil packs, and it still sounded like it was idling okay. Reconnected them, and this front manifold, exhaust manifold, did get hot. So obviously it was running, but I'm not really sure why it sounds so smooth when it's like that. One thing I did find that was a little bit different than what we had the first time we ran this car was when they reassembled everything, they had taken the O2 sensor, the air fuel ratio sensor, and put it down into the collector down below, and that's not where it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be up here on the back bank. So I'm wondering if that isn't what the problem was, that this is associated with one bank, and having it sampling from all 6, I wonder if that caused a problem. But regardless, we're going to, we put it back together, I fired it up, it sounded okay, but we're gonna take it out and see how it does in a quick run, see what happens.
Do a pull.
Do a pull. One thing that's kind of weird about this is the only rear view mirror, so gotta be careful backing up. See, now it sounds like it's running rough. I think I'm gonna actually put my seatbelt on this time. Spin. Holy crap. Well, in spite of the fact it sounds like it's running a little bit rough, I think the power's all there. I think we're gonna have to take it back to the drag. Well, I think we're gonna have to take it to the dyno, see what's up, and then maybe go to the drag strip. I'm gonna ease into it this time. Fun. Jury's still out. I think I need to run this on the dyno and see what's up. It seems still kind of a little bit iffy, but wide open throttle, it runs like a bat out of hell. Again, dyno. I think I am gonna connect up the a few things on this before I bring it to the dyno. One of them being the clutch switch, so we can do full throttle shifts, and also launch control. Also, I noticed when going through the software, it actually has traction control, so might have to do something with that as well. I do have a Honda traction control. We just have to install all the sensors. Anyway, seems to be seems to be getting to it. So let's see what happens. Well, guys, you want to see more about this car? Maybe think about liking and subscribing. By the way, any likes really help us quite a bit. And if you have questions, put them in the comments. We do look at the comments, and I do answer questions. Again, this is a J series with a prototype supercharger on it. Runs about 400 horsepower with the J32. Not sure what it's going to be with the J35. But I think we're back in business, and we need to go out there and see if we can't run a 9-second quarter mile. Anyway, guys, thanks for joining us, and we'll talk to you next time.
Baby, why you make it hard?